Hi, it's Tash. Welcome to Tash's Library. Today's video is going to be my May TBR, which is super exciting. I get to play my game again. Now, as usual, I'm still playing the Buzzwordathon challenge, and I'll put the link to that down below. But the buzzword cover prompt for May is eyes on the cover. And the title prompt are the words to or two on the cover. So I'm going to have to try and find some books that meet those prompts. But let's go to the game. And this is the board. I move anti-clockwise using my little Lego Eeyore. And if I land on a particular colored square, I pull a corresponding colored card. Blue is what's in a name. They are title prompts. Purple, from cover to cover, are cover prompts. Yellow, all in the making, are publication details and authors. Red, it's a vibe. These are settings and genres. And green, it's a random, means I get to play a different type of game, like a pick a wheel. I throw 2 dice. If I throw a double, I add an extra roll. If I land on one of the bookworm spaces, I play the bookworm game, which has super obscure prompts. So without further ado, let's begin. The first roll is a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Blue, what's in a name? And that's a light source in the title. What's in a name? And I got a light source in the title. And for this one, I'm going to read a short story series called Time is the Fire by Connie Willis. These are some of the best short stories by Connie Willis. They are all award-winning short stories that have either won Hugo's or Nebula Awards. I love Connie Willis. I absolutely adore the Oxford Time Travel series by her. So I'm really looking forward to reading a little bit more. And of course, in the title, the word fire is a light source. So I think that works. Second roll is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another title prompt. And this one is royalty in the title. Another title prompt, and this time it's a royalty in the title. And I'm going to continue a series this time. I'm going to continue the Belgariad, which I have in this bind up of the first 3 novels. And the second one, which is what I'm up to, is Queen of Sorcery. So Queen being royalty. Now, this is just a beautiful, epic fantasy. I really enjoyed it. Really, really traditional. I wish I'd read it years ago because I would have loved it even more, I reckon. But I'm just a fun, light read. And I absolutely love the first one. So I'm looking forward to continuing this series. Roll number 3. Double 6, it's a 12. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's a yellow, and of course I'm going to add an extra roll. Okay, a book that I've owned for a long time. And I got a double, always a double 6. Oh well, I'm really good at throwing those. But I got an all in the making prompt, and this is a book I've owned for a long time. For this one, I'm going to continue a 4-book series which is part of a larger series that I'm gradually working my way through. And that is The Heritage of Shannara. Now, I absolutely adored the first trilogy, which starts with the Sword of Shannara. It's epic fantasy, quest fantasy, journey of characters who sort of come together as friends. Yes, it's very Lord of the Rings, but that's why I love it. And the first one is very Lord of the Rings, but then it actually moves in its own direction after that. So I started this sequel series and read the first book last year, at the end of last year, and I'm dying to continue it because it actually ended on a cliffhanger. Massive cliffhanger. And so the second book that I'm having to read is The Druid of Shannara, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. Roll number 4 is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, another title prompt. This game loves title prompts. And it's a pronoun in the title. Another title prompt. I'm also very good at picking title prompts. And this one is a pronoun in the title. And for this one, I'm going to continue reading an author I've been really enjoying, and that is Isaac Asimov. So I'm going to read I, robot, I being a pronoun. I haven't yet finished the entire Foundation series. I have finished the original trilogy and then read the first book. That's a sequel to that. So I really should be prioritizing that, but I'm really dying to read something different by Isaac Asimov. This is quite a short little book, and I believe this is sort of short stories. And these is sort of establish the laws of robotics, and then I can go on and read the actual robot series. I believe that's the best way to do it. Let me know if it's not, but I'm kind of looking forward to reading this book. Roll number 5 is an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another title prompt. I swear I couldn't make this happen. And it's a profession in the title. Another title prompt, and this is a profession in the title, which is a really fun one. And I'm going to put on this one a book that I'm just going to try and take a gamble on, because it's not my standard type of book. But this is The Ornithologist, A Field Guide to Love. I actually just fell in love with this title, and it sort of gave me Emily Wilde vibes. So I'm thinking I might like it. Obviously, ornithologist is a profession, and also it's the guide to love. So that will fulfill my buzzwordathon title prompt. I will read the synopsis of this one because I don't actually know much about it. So 2 rival ornithologists seeking one dangerous, beautiful bird is the hunt of their lives, also how they find the love of their lives. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. I think it sounds kind of fun. I know there's a sequel coming out shortly as well about geographers. So I kind of want to see if I enjoy this before I buy the sequel, because if I do enjoy it, I definitely want to collect these beautiful, beautiful covers. Roll number 6 is a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A cover prompt, and it's a plant on the cover. From cover to cover, and this is a plant on the cover. And for this, I'm going to put on a book that I am so anticipating, and I cannot wait to read. It's finally come in from my order from the bookshop, and that is A Drop of Corruption by Robert Jackson Bennett. This is the sequel to The Tainted Cup, which is one of my favorite reads of last year. It's sort of a fantasy mystery blend, which follows 2 detectives, one of whom is very, very eccentric. The other one is genetically modified in some way to enhance his memory. They go on to investigate this murder where a man has a plant growing out of his body. There's also a bit of a backdrop of a threat by leviathans. It's just superbly good fun, this book. I love mystery, sci-fi, mystery, fantasy blends. I love Robert Jackson Bennett, so I cannot wait to get to this book. This will probably be the first book I read in May. Roll number 7 is an 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another cover prompt. And it's an autumnal cover, which is perfect because that's the season I'm in now. Another cover prompt, and this time it's an autumnal cover. For this one, I'm going to finish a series, also with a new release, and that is Faithbreaker by Hannah Kaner. I think this sort of has autumnal colors to it, those sort of oranges. I think I'm going to go with it. And this is obviously the 3rd book in a trilogy, and I am wanting to complete series. And this also gets a new release out of the way. So this is just the perfect perfect book. Now, the first book, God Killer, was superb. It followed a God killer who basically gets paid to kill gods who are banned from the land. And then she comes across a god that she cannot kill for interesting reasons. It becomes this big sort of quest adventure story, and it was absolutely wonderful. The second book wasn't as good, I didn't think, because it lost some of the journey aspects, but I'm really hoping that this one will bring it home. And it's finishing a series, and I really love the characters. I'm intrigued to see where this will go. Roll number 8 is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another cover prompt, and it's transport on the cover. Another cover prompt, and this time it's transport on the cover. And for this, I'm going to put on a mystery book, because so far it's very sci-fi fantasy heavy. So I'm going to go with The Murder of Mr. Ma, which looks like a superbly fun book. Now, it does have transport on the cover. There's this little bussy trammy thing at the top. That is the technical term, bussy trammy thing. But anyway, this sounds really, really fun. This is two unlikely allies race through the cobbled streets of 1920s London in search of a killer targeting Chinese immigrants. It's fun, it's short. I'm really looking forward to a mystery. I haven't read a mystery this year yet, and I quite enjoy these sort of cozy type mysteries. I'm hoping it's cozy and it's not too gory or anything, but I very much doubt it from the cover. It does refer to it as an hilarious and compelling duo. Fans of Sherlock Holmes, devotees of intricate crime, and lovers of historical London will thrill over this. It sounds good. I will let you know. And roll number 9, possibly the last roll, is a 3. 1, 2, 3. And we finish on the bookworm game. Super fun. This is the bookworm game. This is a dice game by Michael Palm and Lucas Zach. And I'm not playing it with the dice. I'm just using the cards as prompt cards. Now, these are fairly obscure prompts. So, for example, this one, you have things in a train, animals that hunt mammals, and well-known leaders. And the way I pick which one I'm going to use is I throw a die. If I throw a 1 or 2, I pick the green prompt. If I throw a 3 or 4, I pick the orange prompt. And if I throw a 5 or 6, I pick the red prompt. As you can see, some of these would be quite tricky. All right, I'm going to shuffle and see what card I get. And hopefully it's a good one. Okay, typical for the US, something that makes you feel nauseous or things on Halloween. All right, and the die. Okay, things on Halloween it is. Not quite the time of year for this, but that's okay. Because what that means is I have to find something that you'd normally associate with Halloween in the title or on the cover. Maybe a bat. I don't know. Let's go see what I can find. And then we got the bookworm game. And for this one, I got things on Halloween, which I thought could be tricky, but it actually was really easy to find something. And for this one, I'm going to continue another series, and that is Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. This continues on from Gideon the Ninth, which was really interesting. Now, I know that this series is described as lesbian necromancers in space. So far, I did not find that the first book was that at all. Yes, there are lesbians in it. Yes, they briefly go to another planet. Yes, there are necromancers, but I don't feel like they spend a lot of time in space, and there definitely isn't a strong romance element in this at all. It's just a really, really cool, like, sci-fi thriller type book. Now, this may change, I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to the series because this was a unique, really enjoyable read. And it's got a skeleton on it, so that would cover things on Halloween. All right, so I've got 9 books, but I don't have a book that fulfills my buzzwordathon cover prompts. So I'm going to have to add a 10th book to my TBR. And that's going to be Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia. The focal point of this cover are the eyes, so I think that counts. And this sounds really, really cool. I love Silvia Moreno Garcia. I've enjoyed all of her books. And this one, I believe, is a bit more of a horror. The New York Times describes it as having an eerie atmosphere and being a deft blend of historical fiction, horror, and black magic. And this is 90s Mexico City, looking at the film industry. And there is a bit of an issue with the film. There's a cursed film by a Nazi occultist. This sounds intriguing. I'm really looking forward to it. Horror's not my favorite, but I really trust Silvia Moreno Garcia to write a really good book. I loved Mexican Gothic. That was horror, and I'm thinking this kind of sounds really fun. I then still need to choose my short stories. So for those who have been watching my last couple TBR games, I have then spun a spinner wheel to pick a few short stories from the big book of science fiction, which was edited by Anne and Jeff Vandermeer. And this is my way of getting through this chunk of a book that otherwise I will never actually pick up and read, because it's not the sort of book you sort of read cover to cover. Now, I do occasionally read a few more from the front, so that's okay. But I have all the stories I haven't read on a spinner wheel. So I'm going to go to the spinner wheel now and let's see what I get. I'm screen recording, and here we have my wheel, which I'll put up here. And as you can see, it's got a lot of books on it, lots of stories on it. It's got 89 stories left, which I've calculated will take me at least 2.5 years to finish at the rate of 3 a month. But we'll see. At least I'm working towards them. So I'm going to spin 3 times and let's see what the first spin gives me. It's going, and okay. It's The Snowball Effect by Catherine McLean. Let me have a look at what this one is about. Catherine McLean is an underrated US writer of science fiction specializing in short stories. The Snowball Effect, published first in 1952, is unusual in subject matter. The story deals with academia in a sociology setting and shows how such research can make a huge impact in our future. Sounds kind of fun. I quite like the older short stories, so I'm looking forward to this one a lot. All right, let's go back to the spinner wheel and spinning again. And okay. Day Million by Frederick Pohl. Now, I've heard quite good things about Frederick Pohl. I haven't read any of his work yet, but I'm looking forward to this one indeed. All right, so according to this, Pohl was a public critic of the New Wave. He found its excesses mystifying and self-indulgent without apparently being able to identify its legitimate antecedents in mainstream literary fiction, surrealism, decadent literature, and experimental writing. Regardless, Day Million fits comfortably within a proto-New Wave tradition by dint of its Borgesian compression of narrative and an unconventional approach to societal norms. Published in 1966. And I'm going to pick one more book, so let's go back to the spinner wheel. And what am I getting? I can't actually see it this far. All right, yay! Beyond Lies the Web by Philip K. Dick. I really like Philip K. Dick, and I haven't read any of his short stories yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they are like. All right, so Beyond Lies the Web is An excellent example of an impulse in science fiction to explore humankind's relationship to animal species, whether terrestrial or alien. This not only explores the ideas of individuation, but deals with the question of how what we eat affects our brains. Sounds really cool because Philip K. Dick is really good at the thought experiments. I'm really enjoying that. So I'm really happy with the 3 short stories I have picked. And that is it. That's my TBR. It's a rather huge TBR that I can barely pick up. But yes, this is kind of it. I can't even keep in mind, that these 2 at the bottom, I'm only reading portions of them because this one has 3 books and this one has 4 books. So I'm going to read 1 of each. So it's not as big as it looks, but it's still a pretty chunky TBR. And of course, I still have the short stories. But wish me luck. I'm really looking forward to all these reads. So I really hope I get to them. And thank you for watching. Until I see you next time, take care.